Job by Marvin there.
Holmes moved his feet well. Kaminsky, though, with the rebound. Couldn't keep him off the glass, and Phoenix the level of trust that Luke Walton has in the rookie. Kaminsky goes quick and gets it to fall.
He's a gamer.
Kaminsky, good ball fake and finished. And the lead has ballooned very and an assist. Payne kicks it to the corner. Kaminsky side pocket three. It's nothing but net.
They're going to compete every single night.
Kaminsky drives and gets it to go over Kyle Guy with 2:40.
For Tyshawn Alexander. Jones with the offensive rebound. Nice feeding Kaminsky.
Inside to Kaminsky. And Kaminsky drops it home. I think he's too big for Jermichael Green.
Grizzlies up to 4 turnovers now, as Kaminsky, who had a big game against the Grizzlies last year, laces it from downtown.
And that's going to be assignment.
Or from distance. You get a look at campaign. Kaminsky, another open three, and down the well it goes
blown
again.
Assignment. That's a blown assignment. Taylor needs to get this corrected in this timeout right.
8 tonight, under 4 remaining, third quarter. Kaminsky, and that's goaltended by Jang.
4-point game. 48 seconds left. Nice pass to Kaminsky. Quickly up the court, Mikal Bridges. Nobody on Kaminsky. Nobody. All of a sudden,
That's always a given.
He's already put himself in a position to grab 5 here in the early going as Kaminsky right off the bench and dropping in the long three. You know, Suns coming out of the timeout trying to settle down a little bit here, EJ. They are 1 of 4 last 6 possessions, including 2 turnovers, and they settle into
up to the 3-point line.
He's shooting better than 50% as Booker draws all kinds of defensive attention. Certainly, going back to our visit after the win in Houston, just the way they are handling late game situations, and he was extremely frustrated with his.
Some undrafted free agents, some second-round picks, and boy, they have a whole host of draft picks over the next 6 years, and one for Kaminsky. 5-game road trip for Oklahoma City. Could have some tired legs. Frank, ball fake into the lane, hangs and hits.
Oh, he did a nice job.
He was just as sincere, and he wasn't about the flash. You could actually have conversations with him and not be worried that it was trying to get inside information either. So the fourth quarter right now, they're going to have to overcome a lot of their Achilles heel to stay in the game.
Hot pass and handled well by Kaminsky on the block. Got the mismatch, but Wanamaker pokes it right out of his hands. Kaminsky now more comfortable behind the arc, and he buries a 3. Greg Popovich and camping the shooter in the corner and knowing that that shooter's always going to be there, just like Bruce Bowen. Look at
Chance really kept him around with Dallas. Very efficient offensively.
3's good for Kaminsky. Kaminsky directing traffic. Dribble handoff with Abdul Nader. Catch, pass fake, spin, and eventually a wide open layup as Johnson is down and a little slow. And now here's a steal and more. Looking up ahead to Galloway. Luka trying to catch up. Defends Nader, but a follow dunk by Frank Kaminsky.
Where's the call?
Galloway, touch pass, Crowder rolling to the basket. Kaminsky, that was well worked by Phoenix.
That's a good pick and roll.
Yeah, he killed his dribble, had nowhere to go, but he found an outlet. Each Moore turned away by Porzingis. Follow attempt, good for Kaminsky, and a foul.
Cities.
Moore goes all the way through, deep into the shot clock now. Kaminsky puts it down, spins, and able to dunk. Kaminsky got loose with a dribble, able to save the day by launching it out to Crowder. Moore inside, Kaminsky outside, and that's not how Monty Williams drew it up.
But almost got caught coming down with the ball. Kaminsky, that was an afterthought. Good adjustment by the big guy in midair.
I hear Devin Booker is. They are doing such a good job of moving that ball from side to side and driving closeouts. Need this bench to come in and bring this type of energy to the game. You can't have this kind of breakdown defensively, though.
Well, and then Kaminsky.
Yeah, that's the hottest guy on the floor.
Deflected long into the hands of CP3. Inside, Kaminsky with a pin down. Just easy, too. Whether it's just the ball movement, passing, or scoring. Little teardrop.
Yeah, but still.
Six-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year 2011. Kaminsky gets a wide open look and registers the three-point hit.
So he doesn't continue to get his rhythm.
7 of his 9 have come here in the quarter. Kaminsky wide open, knocking down the triple. Behind by Plumlee. Back out to Kaminsky, wide open again. Frank deposits another triple. 3rd of the night. He's made the kind of clutch plays that he's become known for in his career.
A nice pass down low. Kaminsky cutting on the baseline. And just the little things that Kaminsky does. Not to say that Cam.
While there's certain things that Kim brought to that starting lineup, it's clear at the moment is Kaminsky slashing right down the lane, and Booker finds him. But off to Kaminsky, who got off to the hot start. Shot clock at 4. Bridges driving across, feeds it out. Straightaway 3 from Frank, and knocks it down as his shot clock expires.
Now what a big time shot. That's his first 3 of the game.
Game high 13. Skip pass across to Kaminsky. Steps in, makes it pay.
A good patience by Book, finding Kaminsky wide open on the wing.
Play last year due to a stress fracture. Kaminsky kind of bobbles, able to get inside. Nice little scoop from Frank.
I mean, both teams shooting the ball very well.
Frank's got 7 points in his 9 minutes off the bench. Kaminsky inside, gets the finish. And
that strong young man up top, so you can kind of wrestle the ball away.
Bridges swings it back outside to Kaminsky, and Frank fires the 3.
Cavs, but then in the same process, keep running. I think they had a lot of success running the basketball, and they have to continue to run this team and get
connects. And 52% from the field, 45% from deep, 94% from the free throw line. As Frank the Tank connects. Galloway slips a pass over to Kaminsky, takes the open look.
Let me tell you what I liked about that.
Hook turns the corner, off the glass. Give him the dive.
That was a pass. That was a pass.
And Frank.
Good ball movement.
Yeah, just whipping it around. Sets up Kaminsky. Oh, it just feels so good.
Have to look over him, but that's right up Devin's alley.
And 35 in the victory down in the bubble. Kaminsky on the drive, a little running jump hook. Clearly in a fantastic rhythm. Lob up top to Kaminsky, was able to sneak in behind the defense.
Yeah, Frank's not a lob guy.
They were already bouncing off the walls. They could not wait to get in the building. Kaminsky takes the drop-off pass, and Suns needed that.
Get that before. So hopefully both guys have a trip to Atlanta.
Great pass.
It'll be Frank Kaminsky. Good spacer.
Great pass. And it starts with Chris Paul keeping his dribble alive. And this is the first time that they started DeAndre Ayton on him, though. Same exact play.
It'll be Kaminsky. Back to
back.
back.
You know, the issue is when Chris Paul comes out that pick and roll, whoever is there needs to rake the right play, which Brandon Ingram did.
Chris Paul, Stan thought it was a walk. Instead, it's a 3 again for Kaminsky.
He's feeling good right now.
4-point game. Another lead, wide open 3. Kaminsky. He's got his 3rd triple, and Chris Paul's got 8-9 for Phoenix after they had 15 over the first 3 minutes of the second. Kaminsky. Boy, it's his night, isn't it?
But you did everything right. You did everything right. Frank Kaminsky just hit a tough.
And on the run out, it'll be Kaminsky. So, Eric Blake.
And the rebound to Ayton. Kaminsky, a capable three-point shooter, drills it.
Listen, he's 5 for 6 in their last game.
Hilarious. He's got an outsized personality. Felt very strongly that he could help this team. Kaminsky puts in the 17th Phoenix triple of the game.
Big touch in that first half. Did not score. Had 7 assists. So You would expect that to change in this second half as Kaminsky sets up in the corner. Knock it down the triple.
When he and Dario are making that shot, because they're so...
Said it countless times, but when you come from a program like Villanova with Jay Wright as Frank connects on the long three. Paul on the drive. Frank gets across the lane and an easy two there.
Yeah, nice move there from Frank. Again, I think he...
On the switch, he picks up each one more. Crowder to Kaminsky. Defense collapses, and Kaminsky calmly puts it in. Here. Late in the shot clock, Kaminsky leaning in.
Nice move.
Nice move by... Oh, what a pass by Paul to Kaminsky. That was slick.
Yeah, that was.
And
kind of lulled you. I tell you what, boy, these numbers are impressive.
Kaminsky against Cornette with the very nice finger roll off the glass. He's got 8. Williams guarding Booker. Forces him to pass to Kaminsky, who's going to have to launch a deep 3 and got it to go.
Oh, wow.
Shooting teams in the NBA. They are 8 for 10 tonight in a limited foul game. Kaminsky, nice play.
Kaminsky's coming in and giving them a spark.
0 for 5 from the floor to start the frame. Paul, the offensive rebound.
Oh, Kaminsky.
Oh, the dish to Kaminsky on the cut.
Well, and what happened there is Ryan Arcidiacono got out there on the switch on.
We've said that a lot this season, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Kaminsky spins, gets around Vanderbilt.
Fred Kaminsky.
Karl Anthony Towns back on the floor, unable to connect. Kaminsky does hit on his three-point try. Fast break points tonight for the Timberwolves. Kaminsky gets it back to a 3-point.
Well, and it really ties in with, and how about the beautiful pass from Dario? Just little. Payne, no-look dish inside to Frank.
Great catch, though, from Frank Kaminsky. The one thing that...
Kaminsky on the catch and shoot. Nice soft touch from Frank the Tank.
Of the rim and not at the rim. Cool made it right there. He was right there on the rim.
Frank inside with a rebound put back. Cool by the way
at the top.
Kaminsky posting up Lillard, spins baseline. Nice patience as he puts it in.
Good body control.
I mean, here it is, the beautiful part about Monty. You see the group that's out there, and they haven't been really playing as much. I love the way he plays.
Yeah, he's really beautiful. Pass from Galloway to Frank Kaminsky. Little spoon. Kaminsky able to turn the corner, takes it right to the rim.
Confidence.
Here's Crowder, puts it on the deck, drops it off to Frank, bobbled it momentarily, but able to muscle it up with the left hand.
From the three-point line, nearly over 65% from the field. I mean, his level of efficiency was crazy.
Kaminsky, that's why he's in the league. 7-footer, but
Paul looking to draw a foul. Continues his dribble, flips it up, shot won't go, tipped in by Kaminsky.
Gibson had to go over on Paul in that game.
Delivering high praise for Frank Kaminsky and his play in that game against the Knicks. And right on cue, Frank painted on.
Wow, can't get an easier layup than that one.
Paul delivers inside to Frank. And an easy 2, so a Velcro on that basketball.
That would have been a Shaq in the pool. He got away with it.
Frank inside, the ball fake, crawls it over his former Charlotte Hornet teammate.
You got to get there to obviously understand what it's all about. It's a different animal, and so the steps are important as well.
They leave Frank wide open. He makes him pay. Just their second three-point hit. That one was online like Joel Embiid's was last week. Payne knifes inside, drops it off to Frank, who rises up and hammers it home. Look, working on man, draws the double team, nearly turns it over. Frank's got it, feeling confident, and why not? This is his 4th career start here tonight. It's Kaminsky on the drive, able to get the elbow into Favors, clear a little space. You're doing triple time treatments.
And that's no indictment on Dario. That's a matter of fact, people. I mean, if somebody you think is, and that's.
How about the Rockets last night? Kevin Porter,
yes,
after dropping $50K into the fine fund for the NBA, drops a 50 biscuit. And you go back to that third quarter when the Jazz had an opportunity to maybe close the gap and make it a game. But the Suns relish playing that.
Booker, a deflection. And it's Kaminsky inside. Loose. And the Thunder try to set up the defense. Kaminsky, little spin as it took Dort out of the play. Why Jay Crowder was wearing that. Paul fires it inside and add another assist to Chris Paul.
Paul off to Kaminsky. Kaminsky barges in toward Cavangeli, got him in the air, puts it up and in, and Kaminsky has a chance. That made sure the official saw it. Here is Payne. Kaminsky ran into Love and he floats it in. Coro now hangs on to Chris Paul on the other end. Kaminsky trying to get loose, hooks over Love and gives the Suns a 92-90 edge. Paul angles off a Kaminsky screen, gets to the elbow and finds a wide open Kaminsky.
Wow, that shouldn't have been that easy.
Kaminsky seals off a Coro hard, then takes another feed from Paul inside. Two-man game for the second straight possession.
Booker backs it out. 5 on the shot clock. They double him from the corner. Kaminsky swish.
Young fella can't leave the shooter enough. You want to get this thing 20 or higher to put this out of reach.
Kaminsky corner 3. Frank Kaminsky's second three-pointer of the night.
They've missed their last 7 field goals. Knicks run a double team at Booker. Quick pass inside to Frank Kaminsky. Good look from Crowder inside.
I mean, able to post up as a big guard down there and using either, going over either shoulder. Nice pass inside.
8 points from deep.
As deep as they can get.
Well, and you know that guy has practiced it, but they have got to find an answer on stopping D. Rose. 10 points, 4 or 5 shooting from the field. He had 22 in the first meeting, so off a little redirect.
Yeah, Crowder did a nice job getting his hands on the ball, but it goes right to New York.
Kaminsky rolls down the lane.
This is a top 10 offense in Phoenix, and they've got 9 points right now. Jay Crowder, 18 points, all 3 against the Knicks in their win. And that one's settled
behind the screen and takes the shot.
Of course, THT's been out the last couple of games. Turning, shooting, the hook shot, soft touch by Kaminsky. Full figures, and he's got 18. Oh, that should be an offensive foul. Nothing called. And it's scored by Kaminsky.
Wow. That should have been the kind of games and situations that his confidence should continue to grow.
Down the lane goes Kaminsky to score, but does not get.
Cameron Payne finding Kaminsky. Chris Paul back to Frank Kaminsky and flipping it up and in. And how much fun would it be to be a rolling big playing off of Chris Paul?
They've been going with incredibly well. His leadership, too.
JTA's trying to stay with Kaminsky, and Frank Kaminsky is moved ahead of Dario Saric.
Tremendous job. I mean, easily one of the more underrated players that we've seen.
Just turned 36 earlier this month. That's goaltending on Gorgui Dieng.
Could play defense, but when the game was on the line, you could throw the ball down to Timmy Duncan, the low block, who's going to score.
I mean, if Andre Drummond is taking threes right now, I guess it's not a reach to ask Tim Duncan to take 3 points.
Right.
The sell out there with Eubanks, Gay, Trey Jones, and Keldon Johnson. And a miscommunication leads to an easy jam for Frank Kaminsky. Opening seconds here of fourth quarter. Kaminsky, nice up and under move around Gorgui Dieng.
Yeah. Old school right there. A little ode to Tick Dunks on the road last week.
Kaminsky using that pivot foot well in the pace
from Keita Bates-Diop.
Kaminsky 4 to shoot. Knocks down the 3. Kaminsky, who
and a one-handed floater. It's nothing but the bottom. It's a good-looking shot.
And now Kaminsky in double figures with 11.
Here,
And we talked about his story, talked about he bounced around, looked to find his way. As Kaminsky, beautiful ball fake at the
no call made, good defense. Boy, they formed a wall. It's Kaminsky, Johnson, Kaminsky. They got the two. And the Suns continue to build their lead from the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And this kind of sums up the Nuggets evening right here. Kaminsky knocks down a three here, the 17th, and then a come from behind win. Donovan Mitchell was fantastic as Kaminsky with the dunk was pretty good.
Ball, nice feet inside, and Kaminsky lays it up and in.
The point lead at halftime increased to 22 after 3. They've been up by as many as 25 as Kaminsky floats it up and in the NBA. And of course had that now famous coin flip for the #1 pick. And the Bucks won the coin flip. They got Lou Alcindor, and Phoenix got Neil Walk, who had a nice solid Petticoat.
That was a great set play off the side out.
Kaminsky gets inside and gets it to go. Taken by Payne. Booker inside, Kaminsky, and throws it down. And it's back to 2. Booker trying to get himself going. Kaminsky down low, lays it up and in. Frank Kaminsky.